For my method of dove-dog training, one of the first steps is developing a game of fetch. If you cannot get a good game of retrieving, fun fetch going with a dog, you're probably wasting your time with that prospect, or that prospect is wasting his time with you. The prospect can be any dog. If you bought a great breed of retriever from champion bloodlines and you expect it to work out of the box like a toy from China, you may be looking like the fool come hunting season. I'm not a big fan of breed marketing talk. Just because a specific breed of dog is marketed as a retriever doesn't make it any more capable or likely to succeed than any other breed of dog or any other mixed breed of dog that has what it takes to do the job. What makes a good retriever is proof in the field. Not in a field trial, but in the field on a real hunt. The game of fetch starts with fun. There's no force anything. I don't even know how to force fetch train, and I don't care to know at this point. If I don't have a dog that's going to eagerly, confidently work with me, eager to please me, has prey drive, doesn't have any major faults, I'm not going to work with that prospect. Likewise, if there's a trainer that can't figure out how to manipulate a dog and can't outsmart the dog and isn't smarter than the dog, that trainer, that handler is probably not going to have success with any breed of dog, even if he's just trying to make a house dog out of it. We've all seen it. You've gone to those people's house. The dogs just hump your leg. They bark at you, bite you, whatever. This training is not for you. This is for someone who understands dogs and is willing to put out the effort and understand a dog and develop a game of retrieving that then can build a relationship that you can take to the field to go hunting with your dog. Here I'm working with a young blue lacy pup male, but it could be any breed or any crossbreed of dog. I'm just looking to develop a game of fetch. I've already checked this dog for gun shyness. He's not gun shy. He's not particularly water shy. Doesn't just bounce in the water, which I don't like, but I think we can get there with this pup. Okay, so now we're gonna see if we can get a game of retrieve going with this pup. As a trainer and handler, it's your job to get the pup to do what you want it to do and foster that behavior and develop a relationship that you can take forward into the field. So quit talking about the breed of your dog and their championship bloodlines, and let's teach some dogs to hunt. This is one of the very first throws that I've made for this pup, Valley. Okay, he sees the ball, he goes right after it. He's got strong prey drive, he's confident, grabs it in his mouth, he's got it. I got this, cool. I'm hauling ass. Very common. Okay, so stay calm. Your job is not to discipline, punish, or anything. Your job is to be as goofy or whatever you need to be to get that dog to bring that ball to you, or just happen to bring it to you. So in this case, if you see, he runs away from me, and then he runs around me. And he runs way down by this little creek here, and there's a fence line. So he decides he's got the ball to himself, but he loves people, and he wants to be with me, and he hears me calling him eagerly. So he comes towards me. He has no plan to give up that ball. But I know that if I squeeze him up against this fence, when he comes back to me, I can grab it. So here's a very important step. When you got to be quick, and you got to be somewhat athletic. This is not going to work for someone who's overweight and cumbersome and not in shape. Okay, so it's very physical. I'm hands-on with these dogs. Okay, there are probably other methods that you can use, maybe a shock collar or something like that. But for my methods, you got to be physical and athletic. So when the dog comes, you want to reach out and grab the ball on his mouth. And here's the trick. It's always best to grab the dog and the collar and hold the ball or the object in his mouth. We do not want the dog to drop the ball. That's one of the number one mistakes I see. And if you're training your dog for dog park work, no problem. Let them drop it. If you're training a dog for dove and bird hunting, you want them to hold on to that object. And the reason why is obviously if they bring back a live bird and they drop it at your feet, what's that bird going to do? The chase is going to be back on. You're going to be trying to shoot your next bird. You need that dog to not really chew that bird to death. You want to be holding it. I like it when the bird is alive when they bring it back to me. I'm going to kill the bird. Maybe later on the dog can learn to kill a bird and then bring it to me. But early on, that's just going to lead to eating birds. You want a soft mouth. You want them to bring you the bird.